Good afternoon. It's Thursday afternoon. I never know the date or the time for whatever reason. And I did a live a little bit earlier today, and I usually won't do two on one day, but somebody brought up something in the last live that I was thinking about, and it's in my mind right now. So I'm like, I'll go ahead and do it while I think about it before I lose it. But it's kind of an important subject, especially if, and I'm sorry I look so today, but whatever, this is life, people. So somebody had brought up that they're in the process of losing weight and they're afraid of getting loose skin and having all that fun stuff happen. And this very nice person, and I won't call out names or anything, just happened to mention that they were really apprehensive about that they were single and really worried about having to date again, meet people, date, and possibly get naked in front of somebody new. And so I want to talk about that because I guess I should have put something about adult content ahead, but I'm assuming we're all over 18. And it's a sensitive subject because I think people, I'm not just going to say women, because I think that men sometimes have the same response, but I think women of almost any weight, I don't care if you're at your ideal weight, if you're a little underweight, if you're overweight, if you're morbidly obese, I think very few people look in the mirror and go, woohoo, yes, I am loving all of this. There is not one thing I would change, said no woman ever, or human who looked into a mirror. I share, no, seriously, who's ever said that? Who's ever been like, oh, well, I like that I don't have thigh gap. Oh, look at that little love handle. That looks great. No. And I think sometimes we even see stuff that is not even there. I had a friend who was in very good shape, and I have never been in very, very good shape. She stressed about her body more than I did about mine. Actually, I would sit and listen to her stress about her body while I was eating freaking Doritos. I'd be like, yeah, really? Oh, that's too bad. I'm going to eat these Doritos while you talk about your thigh problem that doesn't exist, ever, has never existed. I don't even know if she had any thighs. I think she was thighless. But obviously it didn't bother me. But I kind of felt like, whoa, girl, I feel like I'm 150 pounds more than you, and I haven't even thought about my thighs. I guess I sit on them. So I guess I just knew mine were imperfect and I wasn't going to stress. I was like, I'm not going to be on the cover of Perfect Thigh magazine anytime soon, so I'm not worrying about this. I have to raise children and have a freaking life. So it's making me laugh thinking about her. But anyway, so we do these things and we put this pressure on ourselves. And let's be completely 100% honest here. Unless you have a really awesome rockin' bod and you're going to be out Instagramming yourself willingly, being like, oh, yeah, I'm going to post this. I look great. People who usually Instagram their bodies like full body length at all these different angles usually look really good. They usually are CrossFit type people, or it's something they work very hard on and they're proud of. And you know what? I don't mind that they do it. Good for them. They spend a lot of time and energy doing that, and it's important to them. And there is nothing wrong with that. But for the rest of us normal people, I'm 52 years old. I am not going to be selfieing me from 20 different angles, showing my new ab, because I'm not going to have it. I might selfie this because it looks pretty good. Like me from here up. I'll go back to here. But I'm not going to like do the angle for my butt. I'm not doing that. I'm not. It would just be a wide picture. It's not going to be something I put out there. So we tend to, Meg says this right here, love, learn to love yourself and be happy with what you got. Work what your mama gave you. Exactly. You know what? Here's the things I like about my body. Okay, I'm going to tell you. I like that I've been able to have 2 healthy pregnancies with this body. I've had 2 healthy children. I went through diabetic pregnancy, but any woman out here who you've had a baby or more babies with your body, you know what? Congratulations. That's pretty amazing. That's an amazing body right there. I don't know, aesthetically, I have a lot of stretch marks left from that, and my boobs did not take it so well, but you know what? That's why we have good bras. But you know what? My body has served me well. I can walk. I can get places I want to go. I have to work on it so I can get more mobility and be able to do even more things that I want to do. But I am very thankful that I have had the body that I have. It's not perfect, but it's done well for me. So let's see. Sarah says you're 52. I am. I'm 52. You're beautiful. Thank you. Yes, pretty lady. You look 32, not 52. I do get a lot of, you know what? I don't drink or smoke very often. I drink occasionally. No smoking. Never been out in the sun very much. I can't. I'm pale, pasty, and it's hereditary. My dad's side of the family, they all look like this. Like they look like vampires. So I can have a 37-year-old husband, which we'll get around to. We're going to talk about that because that was a body issue. Heather says, no way. No way. I was going to say 32. Wow, you go, girl. Thank you. Guys, that's very nice. I appreciate that compliment. Chris says, I know I'm not skinny, but I started taking pictures every day so I can see my progress. I lost almost 50, and I'm only 5 feet. That's huge already. You can see that much of the loss, yeah, I started at 243, and I look like crap, but the more pictures I take, the more self-confidence I have. I dare not to share them very often, though most are private. Chris, okay, first of all, congratulations. At a shorter height, that's going to be a huge difference. And it's smart because a lot of us have like body dysmorphia and we can't really see the changes. Even when other people can, sometimes we still look in the mirror and see all the flaws and all the fat. Or sometimes we're fat and we can't see that we're fat. It's weird how this all works up here. But so I want you to say, I just want to say good for you for finding a method that works. You don't have to share anything you don't want to. It can be for your own private thing. There might be a time when you're very proud to show, here was me at this month, here was me at this month, and put a thing out there just so you can really have a basically a history of your from here to there, your before and after. So anyway, this whole idea that we have to have perfect bodies is kind of something that I'm going to tell you, it's not men that came up with that. It's not really women that came up with it. It's marketing and advertising in our country that kind of came up with that. People who have really defined bone structure and jutting bone structure and stuff film better. They look better in print ads when they have the high cheekbones. On film, you know, it says it adds 10 pounds. So, you know, Angelina Jolie in real life is quite thin, like unattractively thin. But when you actually see her in a movie, she looks normal. She looks okay. But that camera does pad you out a little bit. But she photographs, you know, beautifully, of course, because she has those cheekbones and all that. So there's an aesthetic quality of a thinner person to be used in marketing, advertising, movies. So guess what we're bombarded with? You know, television, magazine, print ads. This is a cultural marketing ploy that perfection is what we're trying to get. Somewhere along the way, we totally lost the idea of having healthy bodies. Because healthy bodies maybe don't photograph as well. You know, they're not as marketable. You can't sell as much stuff with it. And now we've gone to airbrushing. We airbrush everybody. We airbrush Angelina Jolie. We airbrush people that we would just give an eye tooth to have their body. They're being airbrushed. I've seen some stuff. You should go watch some things that they do before and after on some modeling pictures. They don't just airbrush away your blemishes and your imperfections. They elongate your neck. They make your shoulders smaller. They make your boobs bigger. They do all this stuff in Photoshop. It is crazy. It's not even bodies that humans could have. It's like alien bodies or something. So we've got this high expectation that's been put on us, and we rate people like we give them a number. You know, we assign a rating from 1 to 10 scale of people, like we're all cattle, and that everybody has to have a number. And if you're not above a 7, then, you know, too bad. So sad for you. You're not going to have a very interesting life because you're only a 4 on my scale. So, you know, screw all that. None of us are perfect. None. And if you're striving to be a beauty queen on the cover of a magazine, great, because maybe you're one of those people that's a career aspiration and you're going to do the CrossFit and do all the this and that is your goal in life, is to look good for, maybe you're going to be an actress, maybe you're going to be a model. You know, that's fine. But most of us aren't. That's not where most of us are. You should have a YouTube channel. That's scary. That's a scary thought right there. Jen said, I rate myself 10, rolls and all. I'm worthy of my own love. That I know for sure. Jen, ding, ding, ding. Okay, you're a winner. You understand that that is where we all should be. Because it's, if you want to be healthy and you want to feel good about yourself, those don't necessarily have anything to do with how much cellulite is on your thigh. It doesn't. Why would that matter? It doesn't. It doesn't. So I just think we have to get on the Jen train here, people. I have work to do to improve my health and to be mobile and have a longer lifespan. Okay, that's the things that I strive for. I hope that along the way, as a byproduct of working for those things, yeah, of course, I hope I get in better shape. I hope I get more tone. I hope that I can run around someday and play tennis with my flat feet. You know, I hope that, you know, I can go hiking. I'm going to the gym right now, not so I can get on the cover of Fitness magazine, which I feel like that ship has sailed for me. It's not going to be an achievable goal. But I can probably have a goal like, you know what, I'm going to go to the goal or go to the gym. I'm going to have this goal of strengthening my hip because I have very bad arthritis in my left hip. But my goal is that 25 years from now, I can still walk around. That's a real life goal. That's a quality of life goal. I don't care if I'm on Fitness magazine, but 25 years from now, I care if I'm able to walk around and get where I need to go and still be an independent lady, because I plan very much on being the independent 77-year-old woman who is on the cruise ship, dancing until 3 o'clock in the morning, partying and swimming in the swimming pool in her leopard print swimsuit with her cat glasses with rhinestones on them. I have hashtag goals, and they're important. But that's a life goal. That's not a unrealistic, what will, I'm going to date, and what will they think if I have too much cellulite on my butt? If they think very much about that, you probably don't want date number 2. That's what that's all about. Oh, you shouldn't show them your butt on date 1. I'll give you some dating tips. Anyway, unless you want to, then go ahead. So everyone has a different version of perfect, and excellent. So let's be granny goals. Yes, I have them. Jen says, I started with daily love affirmations. Look yourself in the eye every day. Really look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself you're worthy of love and beautiful in the skin you're in right now. Your journey is still going to happen. You will be much happier. Jen, I do the same thing. I do. I get up, and in my earlier live, I talked exactly about that. Get up in the morning and find something you like about yourself. I don't care where you have to dig. I don't care. Dig it out and find, at least, even when you're feeling super crap about yourself, get up in the morning and say something you like. I don't even care if it's, some days I have literally said, I like my teeth. Yeah, they're straight. I like them. Sometimes that's all I've had. I've just gone to it as been like, oh, I like my teeth. Find it. Find one thing. I like my eyebrows today. Or it can be, I like that my waist is getting smaller. Or I like how I feel more energy. or I like that I'm getting better sleep. It can be about you or just something that you like that's going on related to you. I like that I'm the kind of person who takes care of my health. I like that I'm tuned into what's going on now, that I'm not ignoring these, red flags. I like that I'm not an ostrich digging my head in the sand and avoiding everything that's going on here. I like that I'm acknowledging it. I'm a realistic person. I like that I'm realistic. I need to do affirmations. My value has nothing to do with my size. Yours doesn't either. Exactly. This is part of programming that you have to do. We've been programmed to think badly and be ashamed and feel guilty about how we look. And this whole thing about naked and afraid, just think of how petrifying. The first time I went to the gym a few months ago and had to change my swimsuit in the women's locker room, I was terrified. I was just like, what will people think? Because I have this big apron, fat thing. I have big thighs. My butt is wide and flat and it has cellulite. I just don't have a perfect body. I just don't, And then, I was really apprehensive about it. And then I thought, but I want to swim. I want to swim. I want to go into the swimming pool, so I'm going to have to get in a swimsuit. So I just did it. And there were other people around and stuff, but you know what? Nobody friggin' looked at me. I had all that fear and apprehension, and everybody was just busy doing their own thing because they're in the locker room and they're getting undressed and undressed. They don't care that I'm a fat lady getting into a swimsuit. They should have watched more closely because it is kind of fun to watch the struggle in and out of the suit. It is a workout in itself. But really nobody cared. Nobody cared. I cared and nobody else did. And then I kind of just lost the fear. I was like, okay, nobody cares. And now I gotta go swim. Yay. And I don't really even have that twinge of apprehension. I just go and do what I need to do. I get there and I change and then I change back, and it's nobody gives a crap. And I'm at the YMCA, so nobody's gonna fat shame me. I won't be fat shamed anyway, but I just, it's kind of, another thing is if somebody is staring at you and they have a problem, that's exactly it. It's their problem, not yours. You don't have to apologize to anybody for how you look. You are who you are, and they are who they are, and you're not going to bug them. So just don't worry about it. It's their problem. If it bothers them that they saw your enormous thighs, then oh well, their problem, not yours. So, so I want to talk a little bit specifically about being afraid to get naked in front of somebody new. So I had this experience, and when I was actually heavier than I am now, I'm at about 280 right now. And my high point a few years ago was at about 370. So here's the thing. I like myself, and I like how I look. I think I look attractive. I do my hair and makeup. I feel pretty good about who I am. Even though I'm heavy, I dress cute. I dress nicely. I'm a fun person to hang out with. I know what my value is. I know what my worth is. I have a good job. I'm college educated. I'm a caring, nurturing person. And I just feel like I'm a catch. I don't care what my weight is. Me as a person, who I am, I'm a catch. I think a man would be lucky to be with me. So I got divorced, and that man, did not want to be with me. And that ended up being a good thing for both of us, because I didn't want to be with him anymore. And sometimes that happens. And it was an interesting situation because we were coworkers too. We weren't just married. So even though we started getting divorced and separated and lived in separate houses, we still saw each other at work. So it was kind of interesting. Luckily, we were on friendly terms. But I was 47 years old at the time, and I got thrown back out into the world of dating. I took some time off and just learned how to be by myself and to like myself. But I went out dating heavier than I am now. And I went on to OkCupid and started, because I had a whole bunch of friends who had actually met their husbands, doing online dating. And back in the olden days, before there were the online datings, I had to date like old school style where you actually met somebody in real life. But I was going to try this. So I put my profile up, put pictures of me up, and I put pictures of me full length. and a couple nice pictures. And I turned the email notification thing on thinking, oh, I'll get 5 or 6 notifications or something. Well, the next day I put it up that night. The next day my email is going crazy and I'm like, what the heck's going on? Because I could hear it dinging on my phone. And I went and looked, and within 24 hours, I had even I thought, well, I'll check at the end of the week. I'm probably not going to get anything. 70. I was down in the Portland area. I lived down in Portland, Oregon at the time. 70 responses in one day. It was crazy. And I was like, okay, are they not seeing all the pictures? Are they not? But I wrote a really funny bio and I sounded like a nice, interesting person. Of course, a lot of those people you don't want to ever meet. But here's the thing. When I decided to date again, I had to go on like blind dates. Luckily with online dating, you kind of get to talk to people ahead of time and see if there's somebody you maybe want to meet. Do I live in Washington State? I do now, yes. I live in Washington now. I've been doing to wear what scares you challenge. It helps you overcome those head fears that you're talking about. Yes, Jen, definitely. Definitely. Get out of your comfort zone and wear things that actually fit. Don't wear big baggy things. That's dumb. Lights on always. Never have had an issue with body naked. I praise my parents for raising me to love my body, my personality, my brain. That's the whole thing. It's about having confidence. And the thing that I found while I was dating, and with some of these guys, when things got to a point where that was going to happen, where I was probably going to be naked in front of them, by that point I felt comfortable with them. They knew me. I knew them. And here's the thing, people, your clothes aren't hiding that much. They're hiding some, but it doesn't hide your overall figure. Somebody can see how big you are. So you're probably not going to unearth anything that shocking. Unless you have 14 pairs of Spanx on and you're just going to explode out of them. And you're talking like this the whole time because you have 14 pairs of Spanx on. That's not going to happen. So your clothes are not miracles of magic and transformation. They are covering you, but your overall outline is there. They kind of probably know what they're getting into. Those people are smart. So by the time I was going to go there with these people, I kind of knew what kind of people they were too. I kind of knew, okay, this is a caring, nice person. They're going to be understanding of this. And part of the reason they liked me in the first place, almost every guy I went out with liked me because I was confident. So I've never felt weird about being naked, not even when I was bigger, in front of my partner. At the gym in front of strangers, yes, I feel apprehension. But in front of the person that I was going to be intimate with, no. Because I figure, you know what? This is about as intimate as things get with anybody. I'm not going to be worrying about what my butt looks like while this is all going down. I just can't stress about that. I want to have fun. I want to be in the moment. I don't want to be fixated on if my thighs are jiggling. I assume everything is jiggling. I just assume it's all moving around somewhere. But I'm hoping that everybody's having such a good time that we're not going to fixate on that part. Maybe they like that. Who knows? Somebody says, LOL, your clothes are only there to cover your jiggly bits. And everyone has jiggly bits. Yes, we do. So I guess the first question is, if you're going to get intimate with somebody and be naked, that's the whole thing. You kind of have to feel a comfort level with them. And you might even talk about, if it's somebody that you really like and you guys have those kind of conversations, you can even say things like, I'm a little nervous because I'm, I've got stuff, I've got jiggly stuff and I really like you and I am a little nervous about that. And they're probably going to say something to reassure you. Why? Because they want your pants. They don't care. No, no, because they like you. They probably like you and they might feel the same way. Karen said, they're just happy to be with you and be getting sex, so they don't care what you look like. They could be self-conscious too. Is it Karen or Kareen? Either name is pretty. Yeah, I mean, guys, here's the deal. Women judge each other more harshly, I think, than I always used to think men would think I was fat and unattractive. You know what? No, because men kind of unless they're going to marry you or you're going to be their long-term girlfriend and they're going to be parading you around at the office, if they just like you and want to have fun and just date and have sex, they probably don't care so much about your size. That's what I found. And I was in that place too because I was divorced and I didn't want to have a serious relationship and be married. When you're going to go for the long-term thing, that might play into it. But if somebody really likes you, they don't necessarily care. They want you to probably be healthy, but they know you have jiggly bits and they probably like your jiggly bits. So don't worry about it. Pronounced Karen. Okay, Karen. So yeah, I mean, let's be real about the real world. I mean, if you're not going to be Queen of England or something, or you're not become Mrs. OkCupid, then don't worry about it. So I met my husband. I want to talk a little bit about this. I met my husband on not Plenty of Fish. Is that the other one? Plenty of Fish, Match, and OkCupid. I was just on OkCupid. I met him on OkCupid, and he lived in England. And he was up at night when it was our daytime, and he was posting something, and he was very poetic and nice and funny and British and had that dry wit. And he was cute, and he was a little bit younger than me. And we started talking and found that we both liked to write and kind of had the same sense of humor. So we just kind of, I never thought I was going to meet him. He lived in England. And I found out he was a theoretical physicist. He was a doctor, super smart guy. And I just really liked him, and we just hit it off, and we talked for a couple months, and then we started saying things like, we kept thinking we'd find somebody closer, of course, and that never really happened because I was really just interested in talking to him, so we started Skyping. So this guy, okay, so here I am at the time. I think I weighed about 320, 330 at the time, so I'm a good size 26, 28, maybe even a 30. And my husband is 6 feet tall and weighs 160 pounds, soaking wet. He's not skinny, scrawny. He's like a swimmer's body. He actually has nice muscles and everything, but this is a tall, lean man. And he has a dairy and egg allergy, so he has a special, special dietary needs. We couldn't be more opposite. We couldn't be more opposite in builds. And I'm 14 years older than him for 2 months every year. The rest of the year, I'm 15 years older than him. But we just hit it off and we clicked, and we just had a lot in common. And so we got to know each other pretty well before we met in real life. And I felt like when you talk on Skype, you kind of, just like this, you kind of feel like you get to know someone. But when we met, I was a little apprehensive because I'm like, I am a big girl and this is a thin dude. How is this going to go? I'd never dated. I dated guys that were in really good shape and everything. Okay, that's another thing. I don't want to get too into this, but some guys who are really, really fit sometimes like chubby girls. And I asked them outright, why is that? Because I would get a lot of guys who were like physical trainers and that. I'm like, do you want to train me? Is that why you are contacting me? Are you hoping I'll become your client? I mean, I seriously thought that. And they're like, no, I think you're attractive. And I'm like, I'm really big. How could you think that? And so first of all, don't ever ask that question because that's kind of rude. Because if somebody likes you and they're attracted to you, then don't question it. That's kind of an insult to them. So I learned not to do that after I said that a couple times. So some people like that. It's different. And that's what a lot of them told me. That it was like, I see people sweating it out and doing this and that. And I see that all the time. And I'm exposed to that all the time at the gym. And this is different. You're soft. You're curvy. I like that. So don't be surprised. Sometimes thinner or normal weight or whatever high weight proportionate men, sometimes they're chubby chasers and they like bigger girls. So if they do, then you don't want to feel weird getting naked in front of them. They know what people know what they're getting into. Don't assume that you're going to shock them just because you're naked. You're not hiding everything you think you're hiding. You are what you are. People can see what you are. And if they want to be with you and they like you, then accept that. Don't question it. And, get naked and like it. Be okay with it. Don't be stressing about something. You're a work in progress. We're all a work in progress. And we're going to have different stages where we look different, especially if you have a significant amount of weight to lose. You might get to your goal and have the saggy skin that you have to deal with and figure out what you're going to do with. Just all of that part, everything to do with how you look doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Do the best you can. Be as attractive as you can be. Work to your confidence level. What you want to project, put it out there. And a lot of that has to do with how you take care of yourself. You know, when you eat the right foods and you're drinking a lot of water, your skin looks better. It just does. You get kind of, people talk about the keto glow, but your skin just starts to look better. It does. And, you know, pick things that are flattering. Wear clothes that you like. Don't worry about if they're too big of a print or this or that. Wear things that you like, that you feel pretty in. Doesn't matter if other people like it or not. You're not doing it for them. If you want to wear something with big flowers all over it, do it. If you want to wear something with sparkles on it, do it. I wear stuff with sparkles on it. Not gonna lie. I wear things that people would say are not age appropriate. Like I'm wearing this thing from Torrid. I like Torrid. It's got a Wonder Woman symbol. I had to get it. I don't care if it's my age appropriate or not. So find stuff that you like, that you think is cute, and rock it. And if you have a love handle, who cares? No one. Because if you're confident in what you're wearing, that's what shows, not your outfit. Your smile, there's a certain air you have when you walk around and you feel good about yourself. If doing your makeup makes you feel better, do your makeup. If you want to take a day off from makeup and go out with no makeup, go out with no makeup. You know, you're an adult. You can do what you want. Mishara, hi. Love Torrid. I do too. Torrid's cute. They've got and they have nice stuff that is totally stuff you can wear to work. Very cute dress up stuff. Cute dresses. I like Torrid a lot. Beck says, how old are you? You look great. I'm 52. I'm a grandma. I'm a first-time grandma. I have a 1.5-year-old adorable granddaughter named Avery, who is my sunshine. So, but that's the other thing is like, just own who you are. Like maybe people think I'm younger because I just like myself and I don't act any age. I just act like who I am, which is a big, huge, gigantor goof, pretty much. I'm a Lego nerd. I like Harry Potter. I don't care. I have a good job. I have a nice doctor husband, and his name is Phil, so he gets to be Dr. Phil. He's a theoretical physicist, English, very posh sounding English guy. I don't know. We're the perfect couple. Perfect couple. Hi, Shelly. Doesn't she look fabulous? I love Mishara. You are my sister. You're my keto sister, Mishara. Christine says, great complexion. No way, I thought you were 30. I love all of you people. I've decided that all of you are my best friend today because you're all being so nice and giving compliments. So thank you. Another thing, when people tell you nice things, say thank you. Don't deny it. Don't try to argue against it. If they say, oh my gosh, you look great. Your skin looks great. Well, I don't know why, because I didn't get any sleep for the last 3 days and I have these big raccoon circles. Can't you see them? Don't do that. Say thank you and mean it, because people are saying something nice to you. People will deflect. I used to do it in the past. Like they'd say, oh, I like your shirt, you know, or just something like that. It could even be something that wasn't directly about me, and I'd find a way to talk them out of it. Oh, I got it on sale for 50 cents at Goodwill. You know, that's right. We're keto sisters from another Mr. Mishara. What is your secret to youthful living, Amy? Do you feel obligated to compliment them back? I don't. Unless I have something that I want to say. I don't feel an obligation to do anything. But when somebody warms up and says something like that, when it kind of shows what kind of person they are. Like they're a caring, empathetic person. Typically, people who give compliments, unless there's some schmoozer dude, you know, who you know is just talking you up to be whatever. But in real life, like other women or other people maybe that you work with, when they say, oh, I like your lipstick. Oh, you've got such a pretty smile, or something like that. That says something about them, and then that usually makes me look at them differently, and I usually do think of something. Or I'll say, oh, that is so nice of you, thank you. You know, even if you say that. And then sometimes if you really do have something to compliment them back on, sure, but I don't go out of my way to think of a compliment back right off the top of my head. But it makes me think differently about them, and it makes me think, I like that person. They care about other people. They pay attention to other people. My secret to youthful living, I have never really been a sun worshiper. I live in Washington State, so we don't always have the opportunity. And I've never smoked. And I think those are huge. But scientifically, they'll tell you that like 80% of this is your genes, your genetics. And I had, both of my parents looked really young, but my dad's side freakishly young. The women in his family just never aged. Like my grandma looked the same my whole life. When I was born, she was 60 and she died when she was in her 80s. She never looked different. Never. Her pictures at age 60, she looks exactly like she did when she died. So their skin was amazing. And I luckily inherited it, apparently. I don't care. I just feel really lucky because I don't want to be a person who has stuff done, but I kind of feel like I don't need to. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to age gracefully and age like Helen Mirren, who is my idol. She's in her 70s, and I think she's sexy and hot and beautiful, and she hasn't had any work done. And that's what I strive for. If someone's complimenting you, to get a compliment back, that's sad, and I'm not biting. Exactly. If it feels insincere, I still say thank you, but you can feel insincerity. I think you can really feel when it's insincere. Nurit says she lives in Kent. Oh, that's not very far away. I go up to Kent for work sometimes. I have to work up in that area for my job sometimes, so I have clients that are up there. So yes, we're very close. There's people in my own state. Your beauty shines from within. You rock your own beauty, Jen says. Exactly. This is 100% about believing in yourself. And you'll hear me say this in almost every live that I ever do. But there was a quote I saw a few weeks ago, and I love it. And it says, if I asked you to name all the things that you love, how long would it take you to name yourself? So think about that for a second. Are you even on the list? You should be number one, because you can't do anything for anybody else until you love yourself. And Mishara has had to hear me say that 7,000 times because I'm in another group where I live. But it's so true, and I remind myself of that every day. Am I on that list? I need to be on that list, because you can't be something for everybody else unless you are taking care of yourself. That's how you actually make yourself stronger and more available and better for everybody else. That's how you do it. Donna says you're an awesome motivator. Well, thank you. I want to be. I want to put out there what I want to get back. I want to put support out there because I want people to support me back. I want to root for people at their journey because I want people to root for mine. Because that's how you do this. You do it as a team. You need your village. You need your people. You need your tribe. You need your keto tribe, and you need it to be positive. And if you're going to make permanent life changes, this can't just be about a diet to lose some weight. If you're here just to lose some weight, I don't know that you're going to succeed. I'll be honest with you. If you're here to change your life and change your health, then I think you're going to succeed. Because this is more than about your weight, and it's more than about what you look like in a bikini. This is about developing a whole new lifestyle where you're a healthier person. Yeah, are you even on the list? Be on the list, people. I love it. I will never get tired of hearing it. I need the reprogramming. Yeah, I mean, just everything is repetition. Everything is repetition. When you're building habits, how we've got to where we are was through repetition and habits, and we started them when we were children. So they're ingrained very strongly. So to let go of some of those and let new things in, you have to reprogram. You really do, and it takes a lot of repetition, saying it over and over until you actually believe it. You don't even have to really be doing it. You just have to believe you can do it. And then it will eventually start happening. That's how this works. Judy says, no, I've never put myself on that list. Okay, so you're having an aha moment right now. Right, Judy? This is your moment. You have to recognize that, and you have to do something about it. Because if you're in an airplane and it starts going, the air, when you're up there and it gets bumpy and your air mask drops, what did they tell you? They say to put your own mask on your own face first, then tend to the people around you like children. Every instinct in you wants to go and put that mask on the kid first, doesn't it? But if you don't, something happens and you pass out, then who's going to take care of the kid? You have to take care of yourself first, to be there for other people, to be strong, to be healthy, to be what they need, to be the rock that you probably need to be if you're a mom or a partner or a dad or an adult child who has responsibilities. Other people depend on you. You have to take care of yourself so you can be there for them. It makes absolute sense. You have to love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, what does that show other people? If you don't even think you're lovable, why would they think you're lovable? You have to believe in yourself. You have to love yourself. It is a difficult thing to understand and accept if you've never had an awareness of it. Karen says, it's definitely a wash of life. I'm loving the food and I'm loving how all the things I was told to not eat so much of is perfectly fine. I know, Karen, we get amazing food. There is no reason to feel, if you're feeling like, oh, this is so restrictive, then you're not doing something right, because there are tons of options out there. Tons. And the things you're eliminating are things that you're probably a carb addict or a sugar addict, and you probably got metabolic syndrome, especially if you're more than 30 pounds overweight. That other stuff is bad for you. Sugar is bad for you. There are tons of things. I am super excited about Kerrygold butter and heavy whipped cream and bacon. People, bacon. Donna says, I will never go back to eating crap. I hate, I've ate enough carbs, sugar, and bread and starches to last my lifetime. Me too, and they didn't make me any happier. So stop filling the hole with crap and start feeding it with good things, like not food related. Good things like positive thoughts, like thinking that you can do stuff. Loving yourself. If you have toxic people in your life, it's time to detox. And sometimes that means not having relationships with people who bring you down, who don't support you, who are not a cheerleader for you. You want cheerleaders. You want people who are your tribe. You want supportive people. It's very difficult. When you go to Alcoholics Anonymous, sometimes they'll tell you you don't get to be around your friends, your party friends anymore. That is your past. You can't be around those people. It's difficult. It's really hard to detox from anything. And if you're an eater and you're a carb addict, it's harder, because we all still have to eat. An alcoholic can detox and give up alcohol, but we can't. We have to learn to eat appropriately, which is way harder than just going cold turkey and putting something out of your life. So you have to detox from carbs, but still eat the foods that you can eat. But you still have to have the right people in your life. And if you have a food pusher in your life, it can be a relative, it can be a friend. If they're going to undermine you and try to get you off track, you might have to step back from that person, and you might have to tell them why. And just be like, I'm making healthy choices. If you love me, you're going to support me in my healthy choices. You're not going to try to draw me away from them. Please do not push inappropriate food on me. If you want to push food on me, I'm going to give you a list of keto-approved foods that you can make for me. If you want a food push for me, I'm going to have you food push things I can have. Just be very direct. And then if they can't accept that, then you might have to step back for a little bit until they can respect that boundary, because that's a strong self-love boundary. Like, if you love yourself, you have to take care of yourself and do the things you need to do to stay on this program. I will never go back to eating crap. Good. Okay, I read that one. So yay. So anyway, you guys, I'm not an expert on anything. I just know that there's been other things in my life. My weight has always been the thing I can't fix. I've fixed so many things in my life. I've been very successful at a lot of things. And I'm really, really happy with where my life is overall. I have 2 adult children who are wonderful. I was the luckiest mom in the world. I had the best kids. They're lovely adults and caring people. I feel like that's my biggest success in life. I've I have a really nice career. I have a job that I really enjoy. I've got a nice husband. I have a beautiful granddaughter. My life is very good, and a lot of things happened because I took risks and I was willing to work for stuff. But conquering weight has always been super hard for me because it's such an emotional thing for me. And I really was a carb addicted emotional eater. And a lot of my problems were I was an avoider. I avoid conflict. I don't like to deal with intense emotions. And that can be any kind of intense emotion, sad, happy, angry. Just I would tend to eat to get myself out of situations so I wouldn't have to deal with them, and they kind of calm me and draw me away from the drama. I don't like drama. So what I've had to really work on, and why I do these lives, is as much for me as it is for anybody else. And it's just to talk about things I've learned and what I've observed and how I've worked on changing myself like I have so many other times, but this time in regard to my diet and health and my lifestyle. By diet, I'm not talking a diet to lose weight. I'm not talking a weight loss diet. I'm talking about the food that I will eat as my diet for the rest of my life. So, you know, definitely not an expert, just sharing my own observations. And my degree is in psychology, and I'm a vocational counselor. So I work with people who get injured on the job, who have to go back to work after they've had sometimes a very major injury. So I have to be a cheerleader and encourage people. And a lot of times I'm retraining them into new jobs, going into territory they've never been in. You know, I might take a logger and retrain them as an office, you know, WAN guy or something in the office. Or a computer programmer or something way out of their depth. So I have a job where people deal with a lot of change, and I know what works well for people. So I've started applying it to myself because I decided that I do love myself and I want to be here for a long time so I can be here for all my people. So it's really important that no matter what is going on the scale, which I don't like scales, how you're measuring how you're doing is how you feel. How you feel about yourself every day is way more important than whatever that scale is saying. When you get up in the morning and you're excited about life and you're happy and something good is going to happen, you feel good about yourself, that's winning. That is changing your lifestyle. That is being a happy person, happy in this moment. I'm happy today. I still have 90 pounds or whatever to lose. I don't even know how much I have to lose. I don't care. I'm just going to continue to improve my health. But I'm happy when I get up. I'm happy with who I am. I'm not ashamed or embarrassed of what my weight is. I said what it is. It's not a nice number, but it's what it is. It's 280. You know, and that number, if people look at me and all they can see, if you have a 5-minute conversation with me, and you walk away from me and what you think is, she weighs 280 pounds, that I have severely done something wrong. That I'm not a very interesting person. So I don't think that number defines me in any way, shape, or form. It does not define how smart I am, how wonderful, pretty, whatever, lovely, charming, empathetic, caring. None of those things come out on that scale. So that scale, use it as a tool. You know, once in a while, get on it and see what's happening. But it doesn't tell you how much muscle you now have in your body as opposed to fat. You might have had a way more fat, and now you have more muscle, and you might have only lost 10 pounds, but you might be down 2 sizes, you know. So just love yourself, who you are right in this moment, and you're going to win. This is going to work for you if you do that, because it's not going to matter to you how fast everything comes off. If you steadily work at this and you eat the things you know are right to eat, and you drink your water, and you're making sure your electrolytes are in check, you're getting blood work done and checking in with your doctor to make sure all your health issues are being addressed. If you're diabetic, or if you have fatty liver, or if you have any obesity related illnesses, you're monitoring those and making sure you're getting on track, then you're doing your best. And that's all you can ask for. If the scale doesn't show things fast enough for you, recognize that sometimes developing your habits takes time to catch up. You are developing a whole new way of looking at life, and that is not going to happen in 3 months. So if your journey to lose whatever 100, if you started keto because you're like, I want to lose 150 pounds, that's why I'm doing keto, I'm just going to lose that weight, my life's going to be good, then you're going to be disappointed. And you might even lose the 150 pounds, but if that's all you were here for, it's not going to last. You have to, if you came in here going, I want to like myself, I want to feel healthy, I want to improve my health, I want to be here 20 years from now, mobile, running around, being independent. I'm headed to one of those grocery store driving around carts. If I don't change my life, I've got arthritis in my hip, I need to address my joint pain. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to make a permanent, I'm going to change my life. Then you're going to do that, and along the way, your weight's going to come off. And you're not going to be obsessing about weight every day. God, that's boring. It's horrible to obsess about your weight every day. I hate that part. Don't do that. I've done that on diets in the past. Diets. I was on diets to lose weight. I wasn't anywhere to change my life and to be happy and to like and to accept myself and like myself right now. So you got to change it up. You've done the diet. You've done the thing to lose the weight. You failed on that because you didn't try to fix the right thing. You were trying to fix a number on the scale. You were not trying to fix you or your habits. It's hard work. It's not always fun, but it doesn't have to be horrible. It can be, this is my day. I'm getting through today. Today I'm going to eat my keto. Today I'm going to be on plan and I'm going to feel excellent about it. But when I go to bed tonight, I'm going to feel good that I did my plan and I got through another day. That's all you have to worry about is one day at a time, just like any addict. You get through one day at a time, and you know what happens? If you don't get through the day, you hop right back on. If you fall off on one meal, you get back on the next meal. If your meal was dinner that you fell off on, you get a brand new day tomorrow to fix it. You don't look back, you don't dwell on it, you don't overanalyze it, you just move forward and get back on your plan. You don't punish yourself. So anyway, this whole, I'll kind of get back to the naked and afraid and wrap this up because I went probably a little too long. Sorry. You know what? Just own it. People like it when you own it. If you're a guy and you're weird about being naked and it makes you feel uncomfortable, own it. If you're a gal, same thing. You know what? Here's the thing. If that's the thing that turns them away, like if you get naked and they're like, ooh, no, then okay, that's fine. Everybody has a right to be attracted to what they're attracted to. Then be thankful that you found that out early on and you move on. It's not the end of the world. Not everybody that I've been with was my cup of tea, you know? So I've been with really good-looking buff guys, and you know what? They maybe were nice to look at, but sometimes they had the personality of a rock. They didn't have to work very hard at the personality part because they were getting a lot of attention because of how they looked. And they were boring. It was like watching paint dry to try to get a conversation with them. And sometimes the liveliest, most fun people are the ones who aren't perfect, who have actually developed a personality. And I'm not saying that really thin, in shape people don't develop personalities. A lot of them do. Just a lot of them don't. And there's heavy, overweight people who don't. So what does that all mean? It means it has nothing to do. You being a vibrant, fun, loving, likable person isn't about your body. It's not. It's about you and who you are and how you project yourself, how you carry yourself. Do you carry yourself with confidence? Do you like yourself? Because if you do, other people are going to like that. I'm likable. People like me. I make friends all the time. And it doesn't surprise me because I literally think, why wouldn't you want to be friends with me? I'm a great friend. I'm a very supportive, helpful, fun person to have around. I'll make you laugh. I'll support you if you're sad. You know, I'm a good person. I deserve to have friends. You should think that too. That's what you should think when you get up in the morning. Would I be friends with me? Am I the kind of person I would hang out with? Because you have to. You have to hang out with yourself 24/7. You better like yourself. You better think you're amazeballs because you're with yourself all the time. So work on being amazeballs. That's kind of, you know, find the things you like about yourself. Reiterate it, say it in the mirror, self-affirmation, self-affirmation. Love yourself. I don't know what else to say. And love yourself naked. Love yourself just as you are right now. Love yourself clothed. Love yourself 50 pounds heavier than this. Love yourself 50 pounds less than this. You see the theme? The theme is love. All you need is love. So anyways, peeps, I'm going to let you go. Habits and rituals, keep working on this one day at a time. You're going to get there. It is going to happen. And if people don't like your naked body, on them. That's really their problem, not yours. You just keep doing you, keep working on your goals, and you be happy with you, and then it doesn't matter what other people think. And that is magical power beyond your wildest dream. To not worry about what other people think. Just let that go. So anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Have a great evening, and keep on, stay strong in your plan, and stick to your guns. Get through the day with success, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.